Hi, and welcome to this Tech Tip of the Month. For those that know me, my name is Mauricio Duarte. I'm the Chief Operating Officer with A2J Tech. And for those that are not familiar with the Tech Tip of the Month, we try to provide very simple and accessible no-code or low-code tools that anyone on the legal industry can use, or even if you are not involved in the legal industry, you can still use to create prototypes, proof of concepts, or create any type of digital product or service. So we have talked about Airtable, we have talked about Tango, and on this occasion, I want to talk more on the design side of things. And the platform that we're going to be talking briefly today is Renderforest. If you have seen some of our videos that we have made in the past for projects, you might think that some of them are developed from scratch, and that is accurate. But other videos, sometimes we use a platform that allows you to create videos or logos or websites very quickly and very intuitively, and that platform is Renderforest. Even though Renderforest has many use cases, again, such as creating logos, websites, mockups, I'm going to focus specifically on the video side of things. But again, feel free to explore Renderforest. And Renderforest has been a platform that has been around for some time now. And I started using it back in the day when initially they only offered logos and videos, but they have added a lot of functionality over time. So first, again, as any platform, you have to create an account and have, let's say, depending on your needs, you might need to pay for one of the paid licenses, or you might use the free version. But again, regardless of that, I'm going to show you a very simple way of creating videos using Renderforest. So first, I'm going to be creating a very simple video, and as you can see here, it is going to display all the different templates of videos that I can create. Now, as with anything on the low code or no code side of things, a template gives you some flexibility, but it's not necessarily entirely customizable. Meaning, if you have a specific template, you might have limitations on the length of the video or the amount of scenes that you can create. But again, it is for purposes of playing around and exploring if it adjusts to your needs to create a video that looks good to a very low cost. So let's imagine something that is pretty traditional on the legal side, especially for legal aids and nonprofits, are animation videos in which we want to give instructions, or we want to approach our audience in a friendly manner. So instead of being a lawyer speaking, it's mostly with animation, something that can convey a specific message or a specific legal problem, how to address it, and some of the solutions. So on this occasion, I can see that on the animation side of videos, I have a lot of options. Now I'm going to go to explainer animations. And as you can see, I can have some templates that have been already created. And as you can see on the bottom of each template, they say the number of scenes that you can have. Let's say up to the number of scenes that they have as a part of the template, meaning they have 1,000 scenes, meaning 1,000 different snippets that you can use to create a video. Again, on the length and complexity of your video, we usually aim for something between 1 to 3 minutes max, because after that, it could be too extensive and you might lose sight of the core issue. So I'm going to use a very simple template. I'm going to use this one, the 3D Explainer Toolkit, and I'm going to create this video. And the other cool thing that is that Renderforest sometimes shares the projects from other persons that have used Renderforest in the past using the same template, so you can use it as ideas. And then again, I'm going to create this template, and as you can see here, it is going to provide you already some templates that you can select, or either you can start from scratch, or you can use their AI functionality in which you can type your script or your dialogue for that specific video, and it's gonna give suggestions on some of the scenes that you might want to use. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do something very simple. So let's say I want to have 2 scenes, and I can also have this. And as you can see, it's very easy to just select the scenes that I need for my video. Again, depending on my needs, I can add videos, I can add images, up to whatever needs that I want. So let's imagine I need this. And now I have inserted the scenes that I need, and I can always add more. I can replace them, or I can duplicate them, or I can just erase them with the trash can, as you see here at the bottom. So let's say to create a video is just adding the text. Now with Renderforest, and specifically depending on the template, you might have limitations of characters that you might use. And my suggestion is always don't use the entirety of the characters. Try to use less than the max amount. Sometimes it might look too congested on a screen. But again, those are good practices that we can explore in a different video. And I can just do a quick example so you can see. And let's imagine I'm not going to use this. So I can change fonts, I can change even the size. The other thing is I can change the style. For instance, you can see that this is either a 3D animation, and again, depends on the template. In some templates, you might be able to change the colors, the types of transitions, the fonts as well, as you can see here. Again, I'm not going to be changing that as of right now since it's a pretty quick example. But as you can see here, I can also change the color palette for my video. So again, let's imagine I want to do this. And on music, either you can upload your own specific music, or you can select some of the default options that they provide. So let's imagine I'm just going to use this. I'm just going to use this option. Now, I can either preview my video or I can export it. So for purposes of this video, I just want to preview it. So it takes I would say a few seconds while it generates the preview of the video. And while we wait for that, one thing that you have to be aware of is that Renderforest has multiple templates. So you have to be very, I would say, selective, depending on your needs, depending on your script, depending on the tone, depending on the audience that you're trying to persuade on a specific piece of content. And after that is done, I'll show you how the video looks. And now that my video has been created, I'm just going to turn down the volume. I can just hit play. I can see how it looks and make sure that it's working. So the script that I had looks good. Now, obviously the quality is not the highest because that is when you render it in a final version. But at least from a preview perspective, it can give you a sense of how the video is going to go. Okay, if it's something that you like, then you can import it on a higher version, and then you can download. You can go back and edit it, or you can share it. So again, Renderforest provides you that flexibility, and this is the tech tip of this month. So if you're interested in learning more about Renderforest, go to renderforest.com. See you on the next tech tip of the month.